Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and welcome back to another Chicago Bears preview. The Bears are entering Week 9, the midway point of the NFL season, and they are back at home in Soldier Field to take on Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. But before I get into that, make sure you guys leave this video a like. As it always, it continues to help this channel to grow. And I didn't forget about you guys. I asked you guys who would win in this game, and with about 2,000 votes, 73% of you said that the Miami Dolphins will beat the Chicago Bears at home. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video to hear my predictions and picks of this game. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post on this channel. But let's talk about the Bears versus the Miami Dolphins. Without further ado, let's dive into it. First, we're going to start with the Chicago Bears offense versus the Miami Dolphins defense. Now, of course, both teams have did some additions on their sides of the ball, with the Bears traded for Chase Claypool and the Miami Dolphins traded for Bradley Chubb. Both teams needed help at their positions. The Bears needed some wide receiver help, and as well as the Miami Dolphins needed some help as far as their pass rush goes. When you look at the Bears on the offensive side of the ball, they're coming off one of their better games offense the entire season against the Dallas Cowboys defense. They're going up against the Miami Dolphins defense, who just got improved by adding a guy like a Bradley Chubb. Now, when you look at the injury list for the Bears offense, as it stands right now, all you have is Larry Borom dealing with the concussion. And Cody Whitehair has just been activated off IR. It's interesting to see if they're going to mix him and he's going to actually play this week. When you talk about things from the standpoint of this Bears offense, they are continuing to grow each and every single week. This Bears offense is growing and it's getting better and better and better. Justin Fields by game and Luke Getsy as a play caller is getting better and better and better. And they're going up against the Miami Dolphins defense, who is no slouch. Christian Wilkins is a very solid up front. Emmanuel Ogbah, solid as a player. And of course, the addition of Bradley Chubb brings them a lot off the edge. Jalen Phillips, the corner, and Xavier Howard, who is, I think, one of the better lockdown corners in football. And they've had some turnovers, and they like to create some turnovers with Holland and Igbinoue. I hope I'm not butchering that name, but this Dolphins defense, it's nothing to slouch on. You're going up against the Bears offense, who the running game, you still ran for over 200 yards in their third straight week against the Dallas Cowboys. Montgomery and Herbert are going to have to be key yet again in order for the Bears to try to pull off this upset at home against the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins with Bradley Chubb is going to be interested to see how they integrate him into their defense. And just like with the Bears with Chase Claypool, it's going to be interesting to see what type of snaps they both play, what type of snaps that both are going to be impacted on. It's going to be very interesting to see. Now, of course, Chase Claypool with the Bears, I did a video about that. He is going to bring, I think, a lot, but I don't think it's going to happen right away, even though I think he's going to have some impact. He's going to take some coverage away from a guy like Darnell Mooney. Now, Xavier Howard, I think we're probably going to see him on more of a Darnell Mooney versus a Chase Claypool, because that's who Justin Fields, I think, has more of a rapport with, is a guy like Mooney. Now, the matchups I think we will probably see is Jerome Baker versus a guy like Kmet. It's interesting to see if Kmet can win some one-on-ones and be the tight end that Justin Fields needs and Luke Getsy needs for him to be, for this Bears offense to be more successful. Now, we know Kmet can do a little bit of the things in the blocking game, and the pass-catching game, he has started to improve more and more. But I think if he has more of an impact on this game with the added addition of Chase Claypool, the Bears have a chance to move the football. Now, of course, everything is going to be predicated on this Bears offensive line and how they can protect. with the guy like Wilkins, Bradley Chubb, who is a very good edge rusher. Ogbar's not a slouch himself. Jalen Phillips is not a slouch himself. So this Bears team are going to have to establish the run with the screen game. They're going to have to do some different things in order to have some success against this Miami Dolphins defense, who I believe is starting to get better along the season as well as this Bears offense. So it's going to be very interesting for the Bears offense to move the football on this Dolphins defense with the addition of Bradley Chubb. Now, of course, you have this Bears defense who is coming off probably their worst football game all season long against Dallas Cowboys, and you're going up against the Miami Dolphins offense who can put up points, led by Tua Tagovailoa. Now, of course, they have guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle who can do some very dangerous things. Mike Gesicki, who is starting to emerge as one of the better tight ends in football. Jeff Wilson Jr. is interesting to see how this Dolphins offense is going to integrate him in. And you're going up against the Roquan Smith-less Bears defense. I think with the trading of Roquan Smith, it got worse. I'll leave the link to that video and my thoughts on that trade as well. But this Bears defense just became a lot younger, a lot more inexperienced. And then on top of that, you have injuries to Eddie Jackson and Kyler Gordon, two guys who play a significant role on your defense. So if those two guys are out, that just makes this Bears defense even that much worse. And of course, Tua, Tyreek, and Jalen Waddle, they are very speedy guys. Tua has good speed at the quarterback position. We all know what Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, can do. And Jalen Waddle, he is very, very fast in his own right. You're going up against the Dolphins team who speed can kill you. The Bears, they don't have a lot of team speed, especially on the defensive side of the ball, especially now that the fact that Roquan Smith is now gone. This Bears defense is going to have a very tough time slowing down the Miami Dolphins weapon. It's hard to make this Miami Dolphins team one-dimensional because they could do some things with Mostert, and probably with the addition of Wilson Jr. probably add him a little bit more. The jet sweeps, the things that they could do with Hill, the things that they could do with Waddle. I think this team speed for the Miami Dolphins is going to be a significant threat for this Bears defense to stop. And if you don't have a guy like Kyler Gordon or a guy like Eddie Jackson in the lineup, it makes you that much worse. Quadeen Muhammad, a guy like Dominique Robinson, Travis Gibson, they are going to have to step more and get pressure after Tua Tagovailoa, because at the end of the day, that is what is going to help you pull off this upset, is getting pressure up the middle and doing some things to disrupt the speed of this Miami Dolphins offense, because they can score points in bunches with the things they can do. I think if you slow down the passing game, you have more of a chance to win, especially with the guy like Chase Edmonds, who I think play a good role with this Miami Dolphins team now out of the lineup and he's traded. I think this Miami Dolphins team has just become more pass happy in my opinion, even though Mostert can do some things in the running game as well. It's just the fact of this Miami Dolphins offense is so speedy versus the Bears defense, who is young, inexperienced, doesn't obtain a lot of speed. Even though Teron Armstead is dealing with the injury at the left tackle position, this Miami Dolphins offensive line has played solid, and the Bears actually had to step up in this ball game in order to try to slow down and beat this Miami Dolphins team. It is time for me to go with my pick for this ball game, and as I remind you, you guys have picked 73% Dolphins, and my pick is in, and it will be agreeing with you guys. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins in this ball game to beat the Chicago Bears at home, and this is why. Number one, I think this Bears defense, it just got worse with the trading of Roquan Smith, and they already look bad against the Dallas Cowboys team last week. And you have all that speed in Waddle, all that speed in Hill, the things Gesicki can do, a solid offensive line, and Tua has been balling out. And Chicago Bears offense, they can do some things as moving in football, but I just don't think they're going to be keeping up with the Miami Dolphins, because the Bears right now are not built to win a shootout. They're going to have to win a time of possession game in order to win this ball game. And I think the way the Miami Dolphins score points and the way this Bears defense is playing, they're not going to be able to afford to win the time of possession. At the end of the day, the Bears defense, not very good, and it just got worse, and it may be even worse with the injuries. Miami Dolphins offense can kill you with their speed. The Bears, this is going to be out of their element, the way they're going to play football. And I just think the Dolphins are going to be too much for this Chicago Bears team to handle. And I'm going to pick this score as a little bit of a blowout. I'm going to pick 28-14. The Miami Dolphins beat the Bears on the road. That is all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys leave this video a like. As it always, it continues to help this channel to grow. Comment your thoughts down below. Do you agree that the Bears will lose this game, or do you believe that the Bears will find some way to sneak this out? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to see what you guys think. And as always, if you have gotten to this point and you are not subbed, go ahead and click the sub button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great next end of the day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.